So, welcome back to third downs and touchdowns. We are still reviewing the opening drive from the first game of the Dolphins against the Patriots. It's third and short. The previous play was the completion from Tua to Waddle. Instantly another massive step forward. So often last year we were in third and long, so it's great to see us in third and short, which opens up the entire playbook. There is a lot to unpack on this drive. We are in double hip dot. This time we've brought the receivers in, so Z tight, dive. Now, you may remember this play, this formation from the opening play of the drive. So let's just get into what we're doing. We've got Parker at the bottom of the screen, who is going to stalk block, so eventually he's going to run block. Smythe is going to work across the formation on the snap of the ball and have the kick out block or the wham block, but actually rather than block this time he's going to run into the flat. We've got Tua, who's going to hand the ball off and then run it like it's a read option. Gaskin is just going to run the dive action. At F we have Gaskin, who's going to run the real route, so that's into the flat then up the sideline, and then Waddle, who's going to run the deep hook. So there's a lot there. Let's get into film. We won't look at defense, how they line up. We'll talk about them in film, so let's jump into that. Okay, so here we go. A lot happening, like I said. First of all, I just want to look at the dive motion from Tua. So here's Tua, Gaskin, as we run it through. Shuffle from the defense. Now, this defender has got his eyes on the exchange between Tua and Gaskin. He knows that previously the Y, who in this instance is Smythe, is going to wham block him or kick him out. So he can't attack this play because he knows he can't attack it at full speed because he has to prepare for the block. So he can see the block coming, so it slowed him down. But wait, now he's gone. What's happened? Smythe has run past him into the flat. He is now a receiving option. This is a great play. Tua, once he hands the ball off, this is a little bit lazy. He could have kept running here, and in another time, he could have literally just thrown the ball to Smythe. But wait, it's not the only option. We are setting this up. So later down the road, teams are going to look at this, and they're going to have to work on defending it. It might only take a couple of minutes in the NFL, but they're going to have to work on defending it because you've got Waddle here and Gaskin. We'll just watch those two this time. So Waddle's going to release, drive up field. It's sort of the DB who's dropping into his zone now knows that he possibly has Gaskin. He's the flat defender here, so he might have to cover Gaskin, but also Waddle's running right past him. So I think this is a pre-designed run call, an RP. This is a play action essentially. So and the reason why I think that is because Gaskin, this is what we call a wheel route. Gaskin would normally get to here and run up the sideline, but he's not running at full speed. Waddle's sort of jogging as well, but it's a run. The last receiver I want to talk about is Parker, who does a lot of unseen graft here. This is Parker lined up here. He knows where the run's attacking, so he's just moseying across. Here he comes. Works over, stalks number 31. It'd be very easy for Parker to put his hands on that defender and for it to be a legal block in the back. But he doesn't. He waits. Well, he sort of does. But you know what? I don't care. It's the Patriots. But he just walls that defender off. And then Gaskin has gone for the first down. So that's all very nice. But really where it's happening is in the trenches. So let's just have a look at that. So, what happens on the O-line? Essentially, we're back in the 40 look, so we've got 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers. But we've only got 5 blockers. Now, this is where we see how the play design with the Y constantly crossing the face of the crossing behind the O-line and kicking out or wham blocking the D-end has come into play because we don't actually have to block him because the scheme's taking care of the D-end. Other than that, do you know what? There's a lot of big boy blocks going on here. Everyone has to block one-on-one. Everyone wins. Then that's the reason why we rush. I think it's for 17 yards. I just want to highlight Van Noy and our rookie Eichenburg. So let's get into film, and that's going to be the first thing we look at. Okay, so here we go. This is Eichenburg. Obviously, this is Eichenburg. This is Van Noy. Van Noy, as you probably all heard on the commentary on Sunday night, had the diary marked in, the game marked in his diary. He knew when the date was. Do you know what? Let's see how the rookie handles you. So this is not a difficult block, but it's awkward because Van Noy has widened because we've got the Y there, and Eichenburg is responsible for blocking him. Now, because he has to go this way, because he has to work to the sideline to block Van Noy, it essentially opens up the inside as well. But let's see, the rookie squares up, attacked him downhill, hands to the inside, lower helmet, and you know what? This is why you're not a Dolphins fan, mate. Good, see you later. You're a Patriots player, you suck. Now let's talk about scheme and how scheme has influenced. This is a defensive end. I don't know who he is, and obviously this is Davis. Now Davis is going to climb to number 8. Number 8 is going to blitz. It works in our favour, but as you watch our tight end Smythe work across the formation, you can see how that influences. It widens him, and Davis has been able to block out number 9, who could have made the play. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of blocks going on, but I want to talk about 2 specifically. One's an upgrade from last year, one's an improvement in play. This is Kindley. Now, this is the A gap, this is the B gap. This is where we want to run the football. There's a defender in that B gap. So I just want you to watch. Kindley has to work across the face of that defender, then turn him back inside. Hands inside, engages, heads into the gap we want to go in, turns his hip. Laters, buddy. Look, that could not be a bigger gap to run through. Here comes Parker, that's going to wall off that defender, and bingo, bango, bongo, we're gone for the first down. However, one last bit of props. Last year, one of my biggest frustrations was the play off our centre. Now, this year, we've obviously promoted Dieter, I don't know how to pronounce it. There, protects the one gap, he's in a combination. Protects the A gap, backside A is in a combination with the guard. But do you know what? He's got his eyes on the linebacker. He sees that linebacker comes down, climbs, walls off that linebacker. And again, just that is a thing of beauty. That is a great blocking job by the offensive line. And I hope to see more of it this year. Now let's get on to grades before we go on to the next play. Finally, just looking at the grades, as you'd expect, everyone's done their jobs. No real mistakes, so zeros across the board, with the exception of Gaskin, who runs for 15 yards and gets the first down. I know I can hear you say, well, he's a running back, that's his job. But anything over 12 is pretty good in the NFL, is pretty good anywhere. So that's why the positive grade. So anyway, on to the next play.